live, we can know, we can shine together. We can all just fall apart. We can live, we can love, yes, we can spark. We can give, we can know, we can die together. The conversation, the separation, the overlooked $1 million violations. It's time to forget, to hit reset. It's how you're unforgettable about the presets. The whole nothing back, burn up your last act. The picture hangs on a wall by a single tack. I live a life of love, I love the life I live. If it's not today, do it all again. Because we can all just fall apart. We can live, we can love, yes, we can spark. We can give, we can know, we can shine together.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show with Scotty Waz, Sean O.
breakaway. Takes 2 scores. There we go.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? We doing here now. Stand down on. I don't know what the hell we're talking about. It's Face Off Hockey Show for another week. I am indeed Scotty Waz, as Radio's Ton Butts alluded to. Joining me on his behest in a frozen basement in the home studios, it's Johnny P. Hi, Johnny.
Hi. It's not really that terribly cold here, to be honest. It's 54 degrees in my house. Downstairs isn't too bad right now. It's say it's probably in the 40s. Not too bad. It's not freezing, obviously.
Thank God.
I mean, I've yet to decide, though, whether or not turning on the heat is a good idea. I just haven't gotten to that point to make that decision. Or, if I go like portable heater, maybe like heat dish for the basement. I would also have to get a riding lawnmower at that point, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe Sean Leahy has answers for me, and he is the all-knowing.
He tends to
the
have
all-knowing
answers.
Sean Leahy.
Well, I remember what we were talking before the show about when I was there in February when it was 19 degrees outside. The house was a little bit chillier. I think you actually had the heat on at a 60.
That's true. I did have the heat on.
Yeah.
It's still 60 degrees outside, though.
Well, there you go.
During the day.
You're fine. Who cares about that? It doesn't. At this point, you're okay. I'd still say portable heater, possibly old school dish heater. Could be the wave of the future for you, my friend, because it's a little portable. It'll probably cost a little bit less or more depending upon energy. I don't know how that thing works. But
heat
I
dish
think
probably actually costs more to run than my whatever the hell this thing is called down here.
Yeah, furnace.
The thing that uses the furnace thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The old school heat dish. But if you get like a ceramic heater, and I will bring mine up here, a little ceramic heater like this, you're fine. Just pulls off a nice little amount of energy. It's nice and compact.
Oh, that's a Sunbeam too.
Yeah, man. Jesus don't want me for a sunbeam, and I think that's what their slogan. I don't think their slogan is
you
that.
You might as well be walking on the sun.
There, beam, boom. I like it. Smash Mouth, shout out. So yeah, no, I think portable heater could be something you asked for Santa or someone.
Or you could just go to Target.
Yeah, but I want to keep the mystique alive, right? Like, I don't know.
Mystique is alive.
Season. That's true. Rebecca
She's
remains
a shapeshifter.
That's true.
She can be whoever she wants to be.
It's true. It's like Eminem.
Right.
I am whoever you say I am.
It's true.
But countdown, we are 2 weeks, 16 days away from Christmas. How about that? You have 16.
That's not bad.
15 shopping days left because God knows you're probably not going to go out to a convenience store in Christmas because they don't have much there at that point. So there you go.
14, just ramen noodles.
Exactly, a whole lot of rum and I have to make sure that the McDonald's around my house is open on Christmas Day, or else I gotta go stock up on food because I will be screwed in the food department. I think I have French fries as a Christmas dinner. That's probably not a good Christmas dinner.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure.
I guess. Then I involve. I have to turn the oven on, and I'm such a lazy bastard.
Just use the ceramic heater.
They are fries. I don't think they can kill me, right? So probably wouldn't be the worst idea. Yeah, you never know. So, ceramic heater debate aside, how was your week?
The week has been pretty good. Actually, what occurred on Saturday? Well, I don't think anything really occurred at the end of last week. So that just kind of ended. But
don't
Saturday,
you love when the weeks just end?
Yeah, it just ended, and they moved on to a new one. Saturday, my cousin's son, who I guess is also my cousin, turned 1. So he is crawling around. I took a bunch of pictures of his first birthday. He destroyed a bear cake, but he destroyed it. He just went right after brains, all brains.
That's where I think you have to do that. Cake or not, caked, stuffed. I don't know. In the wild, you go for the brains of the bear.
Yeah, apparently they taste the best. I didn't know it wasn't our cake to eat. It was just his, and he had his fingers all in it. So,
right.
But I mean, Logan, he's turning into a Wolverine. Kid is amazing. Then to World of Beers, had some fun with the family, some cousins and some people and friends and that kind of jazz. Then Sunday was MLS Cup. I watched that on Sunday. Monday, I went to hang out at Hudson Street Cafe.
Nice.
The old stomping grounds. Had a nice evening out with a she actually lived she actually lives in the 700 block of South Robinson Street. So the irony ensued. Lots of talking about South Robinson Street and The Wire, actually. Then last night I went to Lansdowne Inn. Always good to go back to the stomping grounds. Some PBR, couple wings.
A lot of revisiting the stomping grounds. I'm gathering.
All in all, it's like I've gone on like a reunion tour. I feel it's basically like I've gotten the band back together. It was just a band of one, but I've gotten it back together, and we've started playing some of our old gigs.
Well, thank God.
Yeah. Yep. So that was basically my entire week in a nutshell. Was going places and doing things. And this weekend I was supposed to be out of town. Plans fell through, so I am actually working at FanFest.
Nice.
Orioles FanFest. I will be walking around with Vance Worley.
Well, they can't be all superstars, Johnny.
He's a new pitcher for the Orioles. He wears Oakley glasses, and his nickname is the Vanimal.
Wait, why did I think he was like super old? That was my problem.
No, I mean, he just signed for the Orioles. I don't think that. I think he's been around for a while, but I knew that he just signed. Like,
yeah, this guy looks tremendous. My goodness.
I know, doesn't he?
Those glasses.
And when you look at his Wikipedia page and it says his nickname is the Vanimal, like, that is amazing.
Right off the hop, it's like Vance Richard Worley, nickname the Vanimal. Oh, I'm just like, okay, this guy knows what's up. So good for him. Good for you, Johnny. Way to go. Way to be.
True story. So I will be there. If you're going to Orioles Fan Fest on Saturday, stop by and see me. I will sign autographs.
Perfect. That'd be
Nice.
amazing if you sign
You'll
more.
be signing autographs. What is your nickname?
Uh,
The Panimal. I don't know.
I don't know what my nickname is.
We'll come up with one.
I'll sign. My EP.
Heat Dish. We'll call you Heat Dish from now on.
Heat dish.
Heat Dish.
Yeah, that way I can check the heat dish, and I'll just like be randomly throwing like cans from like 55 feet away, like trying to hit a trash can or something.
Perfect.
Be like, oh, heat check.
What is coming out of your ears? I mean, I know that they're headphones, but how are they?
They're,
just like two antennae sticking out of your ears.
The wires on my in-ear monitors are supposed to be memory wires, so they're supposed to come down like behind my ears and around the back. But I think I've had them for a year now, and I refuse to change out to the other set of wires that I have. So if I like bend them down real bad, they like lose connection. So
I see.
I'm just letting them. I'm gonna let it go.
Nah,
Just
Nice.
Yeah.
let it go.
Frozenness.
Oh, speaking of Frozen as well, since no one from work watches the hockey show, I got my white elephant gift for gift exchange. It was a small box of Starbucks K-Cups and the Frozen Songs CD that also comes with a collectible poster.
Nice.
So I'll take the K-Cups, we'll give the poster to Brittany, and then you can take the CD into work.
We got vehement nose to that off the hop.
All right, Brittany wants to come say hello.
Okay, come say hello to Brittany to all of us. Yay!
I got a haircut.
It looks fantastic.
So
He said it looks fantastic.
like 6
You
inches.
couldn't hear. I forgot you couldn't hear.
There was like a 6-inch cut. It was a big deal. I cried.
You cried? Like, how badly did
Wow.
you cry?
Poor Mark. Oh, I'm not in the frame. I'm sorry. So I cried a little bit for like a solid hour. Poor Mark.
It's fine. It's
An hour? You cried over 6 inches?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of hair. You know, John, I had a lot of hair.
That's true.
So then I was like, okay. It's because they dried it way wrong. It was just a bad blowout. You know what I mean. And then I did it myself this morning. Don't take it that way. And then I did this morning, and I liked it again. And everyone's laughing now. So
Well, no, we're not laughing at you. It's just the context that we're like. It's the
that
word
I
that
said
you use
blowout. I know.
and you're crying over 6 inches and all this other crazy stuff. It's
well,
really
I'm a girl.
an odd
That's what we
situation.
do.
No, we're taking it in another context though.
Oh, 6 inches. I get it. Okay.
Did Mark
we're gonna give it back to
did Mark have the wine for you at the end like he
He
said in his
did.
vows?
Mark had a glass of wine, and I
boy.
cried, and then Mark got frustrated, and then I cried again, and then we went to bed. So it was good. It was a good, whole thing.
Excellent.
So he's back for you. I'm going to go run. I'll see you boys later.
Bye, Brittany. There she goes.
Have a good run.
Brittany Pitts. Goodness gracious.
Mark's hearing what had just occurred.
Goodness. My goodness gracious. All right. Well, and that I guess, Johnny, we have to pass the mic to Mark. But he's
Well, I'm
Mark,
done.
but he's-
Yeah, I've done nothing else.
Hey, sweet. So, Mark, welcome. And your weekend was as such, aside from dealing with Hairgate. Yeah. How else was the rest of your week?
So we had an extremely laid-back weekend. It was actually fantastic. The first
Which is
laid-back
unusual
weekend
for
we've
you
had
guys.
in quite a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Since like September, says
Wow.
Brittany. So we just hung out and relaxed and didn't travel anywhere, which is crazy.
Perfect.
But watched some of the Caps game last night. Saw some ridiculous shootout moves from Evgeny Kuznetsov.
Yeah, it was
Just
pretty
really
sick.
just one move.
It was really just one move. It's fine.
Yeah, nothing too wild, nothing too crazy. I got screwed over in fantasy football.
Oh, of course.
Jordan Reed. Actually, really, it's Tony Romo that I'm really angry with. But
He needs more vitamin D and milk or whatever else to keep his bones stronger.
Yeah, it's my fault for trusting him in the first place.
That's true. That's definitely one of the problems that you trust him in the first place. Next thing you know, it's gone.
Yeah.
And but hey, what can you do?
I really hope they don't give him like a milk commercial or something.
They should give him like an anti-milk commercial and then have him just frail Tony Romo, and then like 2 years later,
Yeah.
this is what you can grow up to be, and his arms in a sling. Drink milk, kids. I didn't.
Those direct TV commercials were wrong.
Exactly.
They needed to do frail Tony Romo. Yes.
Frail Tony Romo, indeed. Absolutely.
But yeah, nothing too crazy. Not tired. Not tired, kids.
We'll get you to weigh in on this, Mark. We're debating whether or not Johnny needs to either turn his heat on or go get a heat dish or ceramic heater for him to tote around his house.
Just put on slippers and another sweatshirt and call it a day.
Okay,
You bought
wow.
clothes for a reason, John.
See,
true.
now that's
why I
a
have the
whole
King
other.
sweatshirt on.
There you go. His old Robbie Fatorik sweatshirt he's got going on there, vintage as the kids like.
You only have to buy a sweatshirt once. You have to pay for heat infinite amounts of time.
It's true. I mean, this is an Apex One T-shirt. I probably paid for this 25 years ago.
Yeah, and it's still providing value to this day.
My question is: Apex still a company? Like, are they still around? I should check that. I don't know.
Have to look.
They're certainly not at the top anymore.
No, absolutely no. Heavens no.
So really, the name is a sham.
The name is a lie. The name is a lie. But hey, that's life. What can you do? So if you have nothing more with your week.
No, my week is toast. Let's hear about your week.
My week was nothing. I didn't go out this weekend, so hung out with Kay. Finished all my CDs, putting them into digital form.
Nice.
168 CDs, locked, loaded, done, dusted.
How easy is it to put a CD in a computer these days and have it find exactly the right information?
For me, a couple times it was a little rough because the CDs were like Creed. So I'm like, okay, well, I can understand why this is not registering correctly. But I mean, overall, it's pretty. Microsoft is and all their parts have been great. The funny thing is I actually had to go. I didn't realize this until like a few years back that I didn't have a CD-ROM in my computer here, so I had to buy an extension, so one of those USB plug-and-play dealies. So that was fun to deal with. But 168, and then I realized, holy shit, I am missing a lot of CDs. Where the hell did they go? Where did they get lost in transfer from Glen Burnie to here? So, not missing much, so it's not that big of a deal. But and another funny thing is that when I went to visit History Girl in May, she's like, hey, you like Garth Brooks? I'm like, it's all right. Of course I like Garth Brooks. Who doesn't? And then she's like, all right, here. And she gave me a box set, the Garth Brooks box set. It's the first 5 CDs he put out.
What a box set. 6 brand new
great
songs
box.
on it. That was the first box set we ever bought, I think.
It's true.
It's got the different colored labels to the album. It's amazing. So I'm like, oh, I forgot to.
Like the foil. They have the foil. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I forgot to download these. Yeah, go ahead. I forgot to rip these, and then I rip them. I'm like, all right, so let's get this ready, get it ready, and open up the box. It's all right, cool. Open up the CD. All right, no CD in this one. All right, that's fine. No CD in the second one. Okay. All right, let's open the third. Oh, what the hell is this gimmick? This is bullshit, Jen. This is bullshit. Fourth one. Oh, come on! Now this is a travesty. Open the fifth one. I'm like, this is a really good joke. I can't lie. This is a really good joke. So I asked her about it. She's like, oh, I know where they are. They're probably. My sister used to keep them, take all my CDs out and put them in travel cases, and then not put them back in the jewel cases. She's like, I can find them if you want. I'm like, whatever. Just first off, I thought it was hilarious that it happened, and second off, if you send them up, send them up. If not, I'm pretty sure my mom and dad have them, and I can just rip them from there. I'm not really too concerned with any of it, but the fact that she did that, and I'm like, oh, that's a good prank. That was just tremendous.
Hey, do you want the Garth Brooks box set? Sure. You take all the stuff that takes up places.
how much of a shitbag am I? Who I had the box set since May, and I didn't even look into it to see if the CDs were actually in there. I'm just like, you know what? Maybe that's on me for not for waiting until this.
I mean, you trusted her, so it's. I mean, I
See,
think
exactly, and I got burned.
That's very
And I got
nice.
burned.
That's good.
Just like Tony Romo.
Exactly. So
But you
guys,
should trust her. You should trust her. She's a very trusting person.
so guys, don't trust girls when they give you Garth Brooks box sets, because there will be no CDs in any of those CD cases.
Oh, that's brutal.
It was hilarious.
I'm just saying
Oh.
that she did it on purpose. Knowing Jen's personality, she's like, "Oh, this is gonna be fantastic when he
I
finds
hope
out."
she did it on purpose. I hope it's not this thing where her sister put it in the travel case. I want her to do that to me because that's hilarious.
Were all 6 of them? All 6 of them were empty.
5 of them are empty.
Where's
all
the
5.
6th one?
There was no 6th one. It was only 5.
What box set did you buy?
Hold on, let me go because it's right here. It's right beside me. Oh my god.
What's the
Actually, wait. There is supposed to be 6 in here. Hold on a minute.
see? It's the box set's his first 6 CDs.
1, 2. Yeah, I'm missing a CD jewel case. So I only have 5 CD jewel cases in here. Which
Which ones did you get? Hold on. Wait, yeah, just let us know.
So, Rope in the Wind.
All right,
You have
hold
Rope
on.
in the Wind?
Mark and I got tickets for the Garth Brooks concert at the arena.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
I inadvertently turned my volume all the way the fuck up. I got Rope in the Wind.
Okay, do you have Against the Grain?
No, wait, hold on. What's this one? Nope.
Isn't Against the Grain
one
the
I
red
was-
and black one?
I believe
Yeah,
it
Against-
is. I don't know all the names off the top of my head, unfortunately.
Against
No
the Grain.
Fences.
We got ourselves Garth
No
Brooks
Fences.
self-titled.
Rope in the Wind.
No Fences, self-titled, The Chase, and In Pieces. And then the Eyeball one, which was Against the Grain. So there we go. All right, so not only did she not send me CDs with the CDs, she left one out. So I am... You know what? I think the last CD that I'm looking at the track listing here. I don't remember. Beaches of Cheyenne is the only thing I remember. Off the top of my head from '98. But then you got the old standards, which I'm pretty sure Stan has somewhere in his list of things. Now I just use it as a stand because the ceramic heater that I have has a little thing where if it's off balance, it turns off because it doesn't want to burn that house down. So I just use this as the platform for it, and it just gives me heat, and it's fantastic. But yeah, that was fun.
I have the Garth Brooks The Hit CD. If you just would like that, I'll email it
You know
to
what?
you.
It probably would. But you know what? It's funny because I upload this and I upload everything to my iTunes, and I don't know how to use iTunes. I'm an idiot. So I don't know how to add, delete, or whatever, and I think I've put things on there twice, and I'm just like, ugh. It's like, I'm starting the wrong album art. I'm just like, the hell with it. I almost drop-kicked my my iPod. I'm just like,
You know, it's a shame that you should be able to just these days, although there's no way to prove that you actually bought it. It would be nice to be able to scan the UPC on the back and then just download the songs.
yeah. I mean, or iTunes needs a better interface where you can drag and drop songs a lot easier than what they have it now, or at least that I'm using it as. It's like,
I need to invent a way to prove that you purchased something, scan it, and then just download it off the internet, like a movie, like a game, anything really.
Yeah, I mean, you would think QR codes would be used for that. You know, I mean, you would think that would be a thing.
Like scan it once sort of thing.
Yeah, just away you go.
Well, it could print out. It would have to print out on a receipt or something, right? Because it's not like you could just sit it on the shelf, and then anybody could like just go and scan it at like
true.
Best Buy or something.
Right.
It's got to be like inside more packaging, I guess.
Put inside.
But why would you even do packaging? Why wouldn't you just have like a card that says like Garth Brooks box set, and you like take it up to the lady up front, and she's like, okay, and scans it, and it's like it's $25 or whatever the hell the cost is for the Garth Brooks box set, and then like your receipt prints out, and it's got like your code that you can scan like on your phone, and then it automatically starts downloading all the music like onto your phone or something.
Yeah, it's a good point. Why even bother go to the store at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
It's silly.
Oh well.
I sold some of my collection already. $35 in the pocket for some of my older junk, so that's good. So now I just have to get rid of the rest of this somehow, somewhere.
That is good. That's some good money right there. That is like a night out.
Yeah, it is, and it was. It got me some a nice big Caesar salad and some other things from Walmart. So I was happy with that.
Did you stab it?
Yeah, I did. I stabbed it in the back and it said, "It too, Scotty." I'm like, this is weird. Why is my salad talking to me? I've heard of organic, but this is a little bit too much. Do you guys do this? Maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm a psychopath. When you have the salad and you put the fork in the salad and you lift it out of the bowl, do you blow on the salad thinking that it's a hot food, or do you just automatically go from salad bowl to mouth? Because I'm in that camp where I just pull it out and blow on it because I think it's, I don't know, been in the microwave or on a stove or something for 7 hours.
Yeah, but you also have a child, so you have to make sure that the food isn't too hot for your child.
Yeah, no, I couldn't care less about her food habits. She can have something piping hot, then she'll know how to test it again. It's not on me at that point.
That's true.
So
yeah, I've never done that to a salad.
Okay.
So.
Okay, maybe I'm the weirdo then. I'm the big weirdo in all this. So whatever. I'm not shocked, honestly. I'm pretty sure. I think I've heard of 2 other people who's like, yeah, I blow my salad too. Like, okay, because every time I do it, I go on Twitter. I'm just like, why am I such an idiot? Why am I blowing on my salad? It's not a hot food, but whatever.
Is your salad grass-fed?
I don't know. I think it's corn-fed salad. By the way, living lettuce could be the weirdest thing I've ever had to see on a shelf before.
What?
They have the living head of lettuce, and they got the soil underneath there, and it's like still connected, and then you buy it like that. It's kind of weird.
What the hell do you do with it?
You eat it apparently, but it's still alive.
Does it keep growing? Like,
this is
never seen this. What?
God, no, dude, trust me, it's weird. Safeway has it, and I'm just like, okay, this is odd. See if I can find it. If they have it, I don't know. This could be just a strictly Canadian thing. Go ahead.
While we're talking about this, should I approve Leahy's trade?
Oh,
I can do it on my phone. I did not realize that.
Well, sweet. Can you? What's the deal again? Like, how's this play?
So it looks like Leahy will be trading away T.J. Brody and Leon Draisaitl for John Klingberg.
Yeah, sure, make it happen.
It's a big trade in our league. Big trade. It's the only trade we've had all season.
Okay, well, listen, it's not the quality, it's the quantity.
Have you guys had any trade?
I have not had any trade requests at all. Not that I know of, no. So
I don't have Ken in my league this year, so I haven't gotten any dumb trade requests yet.
Oh, thank God.
No one has Ken in their league anymore, so
that was the best thing I've done.
I'm not sorry. Mark,
I like how he emailed us after the season started.
Yeah, that's smart on his behest. No one said he was the genius.
Okay, Leahy, I'm approving your trade.
There it is.
Allow trade.
All right, so Johnny, I found the living
bones today are amazing.
Nice. All right, so I found the living butter lettuce. So here's what happens: you get the big thing of lettuce, and it's still got the stalk on it underneath here. So it's still living, and you can just put it on. It might grow more. I really don't know. In all honesty.
Why is it? What is butter lettuce? That sounds like a.
I don't know, but it's grown in New Jersey, so butter lettuce is a thing up here in Canada. I know that much. Apparently, it tastes like butter.
I am extremely confused with this living lettuce thing.
Dude, go to Giant after the show and just look at it and just take it all in. And they start yelling at the lettuce.
Judgingly,
what are you?
Like look at it and stare and judge and start calling it names.
You're not real lettuce.
Exactly, you're not.
You're no romaine.
Exactly, you're fake.
Yeah, butter lettuce. Is that a type of lettuce, or do they put butter on it? What is? I don't get it.
We're gonna find that out. We were having a discussion about whether or not when you eat your salad you blow on it after you pick the fork up out of the bowl, or am I just the idiot and psychopath of the bunch?
You blow on the salad like to get things off of it or to cool it off.
No, to cool it off because I still think it's hot because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, okay, you're an idiot then.
Because I eat most only thing I eat with a fork is like hot food, so I just want to like tonight I'm gonna eat like a skillet meal where it's like noodles, garlic noodles, chicken, broccoli, carrots, corn, all that other fun junk.
All right, so what are you gonna do with what would you do with cereal?
I don't eat cereal. What am I?
What about soup?
I'll blow in the soup. Obviously, it's hot.
But you don't eat cereal?
No, I don't eat cereal. Get out of here with cereal.
What about like yogurt?
I'm lactose intolerant. I actually can't have yogurt.
Greek yogurt.
I think that's even worse for me.
I don't even think that's a real thing.
Oh, it's a real thing. Believe you me, I see enough of it on a day-to-day basis. It's the worst.
Let's see here. What?
Pasta, I'll blow up. I don't drink coffee.
You don't blow pasta.
Well, if you pay him right.
Well.
I don't drink coffee, but hot chocolate I'll blow on to cool it down.
All right.
I will have to say, so we had hot chocolate at work this week for the holidays and such, and it was homemade hot chocolate, which I've never had, but it quite literally tasted like I was just drinking liquefied versions of chocolate bars. I was so hopped up on sugar for like 4 hours, it was amazing, and then I wanted to take a nap at lunch.
That's awesome. They have a thing up here. I'm sure you guys have hot chocolate ice cream, which first off, terrible name.
Irony.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, well, if it's hot chocolate, the damn thing should be melting out of the container. But anyway, and then it's just chocolate and marshmallow. It's chocolate ice cream, like marshmallow in there.
It would be fantastic marketing if they just sold chocolate milk and they called it hot chocolate ice cream.
There it is. How we should do that. I should bring that up in the next meeting that we never have. All right, butter lettuce, also known as butterhead lettuce, also known as Boston or Bibb lettuce, is a type of head lettuce with a loose arrangement of leaves known for its sweet flavor and tender texture. Boom. Butter lettuce.
Interesting. I would buy packaged lettuce like iceberg lettuce if it looked like an iceberg.
Oh, that'd be tremendous. Just name it Titanic.
Yes. Yeah, that would be great, actually. I would buy that. I normally just buy bagged lettuce.
I'll buy a bagged lettuce, or I'll buy Walmart's got some solid salads that they have. So I'll go with the Walmart salad every now and again. It's the pre-made, the family size, because I'm a family man. And let's be honest, 28 ounces of leaves is fine. I can devour that easily. What I like doing is I like going to the supermarket, buying the bag lettuce, and then going to the Wendy's right next door and buying some chicken nuggets. Have myself a chicken Caesar salad.
Oh, that's good right there.
That hits the spot.
And then you could just throw it in the bag. It's like got its own like container.
Yeah, exactly. You just do it that way. Just do it up that way, and easy disposal. What else do you want? What more do you want from me, everybody? Shouldn't expect anything. All right. On that note, Johnny, how about we hit the cue the music?
I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
I really need to update the show notes because I don't think I've updated my book since September. Though I have all the notes, the partial notes on there, so it's just transferring the small notes to the big notes and then figuring out what we talked about when I was in Maryland. I didn't have my book with me. And that's the story of Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to you and yours, by the way, if you do celebrate that. If you are the chosen people. So if you are the chosen people.
This is actually the first time we've said it, and it was true.
Yeah, exactly. Started on sundown on Sunday. Sundown. There you go. And also, Saturday is the Virgin of Guadalupe Day in Mexico. So there you go. Anyway. Sergei Bobrovsky, everybody. He is got a lower body injury. He is day-to-day, but hey, aren't we all? So he will be missing actually 3 weeks now is the update. Right on the spot. Boom. So there's that. Moving forward with that. Wow, a lot of stuff happened when I was asleep. So here we go. So yeah, 3 weeks for Bobrovsky. Trevor Daley is got an upper body injury after a scary hit. He was trying to dump a puck out of the zone. He put his head down. He leaned forward in an awkward position and got clipped. Like it almost seemed like it was on the neck. It almost seemed like he got a stinger in his neck, and he was down. But he is day to day with an upper body injury. Steve Ott had leg surgery after a pretty horrific crash into the boards. He's out at least 3 months. With that, Luke Shen turned his ankle on a hit. He will be out 2 weeks, though I'm sure many people will not miss that he was there. Drew Miller, broken jaw on a hit, and he will be out for 6 weeks, while Timo Pukalainen, shoulder will avoid surgery. He's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks there. It looks to be Nick Bustad of the Florida Panthers going to be out indefinitely with an upper body injury. So that is down for me. He's been dealing with stuff in and out of the lineup for the Panthers. And yeah, there is that. Keith Ballard, also breaking news, announcing his retirement. So Keith Ballard, no more playing for him anymore.
And no more karate chopping or axing his goalies in the head.
Well, thank goodness for that. Thomas Wakun has sent him a gift basket.
Jay Ballard, though, is still part of the league.
Thank God. Thank God we need a lefty coming out of the bullpen. Or in the rotation, I really don't know which. Also, by the way, fun fact, Tim Gleason is now a part-time assistant coach for your Carolina Hurricanes. So, good for him, I guess. Brandon Pruss fined $5,000 for spearing Brad Marchand in the Brad Marchand's. Pruss said
$5,000, well worth it.
And that's what he said in his press conference. He said it's the best money I've ever spent. So apparently, if you spear a guy in the nuts, you can only get $5,000 fine from that. So the more you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd have to think though that the fine probably changes depending upon who you spear in the nuts.
It could be a sliding scale. I don't really know. Yeah, good question. We'll have to find that out next time.
I mean, you don't want to really spear like Sidney Crosby in the nuts or anything like that. But no one really cares if Brad Marchand gets speared in the nuts.
But of course, I mean, Sidney Crosby can use Varis Balabik's lower region as a punching bag and not get fined. So
that's true. That is true.
Things happen.
He speed bags somebody's nuts.
Body to body to body to body. It's perfect position. So there you go. Pascal Dupuis is going to end his playing career due to blood clots. They've gotten more and more severe in the past few months. He tried to come back, and then he got pulled off the ice, had to go to hospital after warm-ups, been complaining about a lot of things. He will stay on the on the roster. They'll put him on long-term injury reserve, a Chris Pronger situation for the next 2 years, so he gets paid. And yeah, I mean, he was a veteran leader in that room for the Penguins, especially during their growing years. Was very integral part of the Stanley Cup team back in the day. And yeah, he's going to be his voice will be missed, and I'm sure he'll catch on with the front office job with the Penguins if he wants to. So there's that. Sad way to end it, but at least he's doing it before it gets too severe. And God willing, it didn't become tragic. So here we are in long-term injury reserve for the next 2 years, and probably being a part-time coach here and there, doing a Tim Gleason thing.
Yep.
Situation. Speaking of coaches, John Cooper, Tampa Bay Lightning re-signed to a multi-year deal. Whether or not Steve Stamkos, his star player, will get the same treatment, who's to say? Who is to say? A lot of stuff about Steve Stamkos.
It's not like he's liking tweets at all, so we should be fine.
Oh boy, Johnny. Why? Oh boy. That was a hullabaloo this morning. My goodness gracious. It's like, okay, we get it, guys. I mean, he liked the tweet. Let's not. This is where Twitter's going? Really? This is where we're at? All right, fine, whatever. Go with God then, I suppose.
It was already there, man.
It was just a dream. You used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper Heavy D up in the limousine. No. All right. Anyway, there's that. The other Florida team, they had some news. They're receiving an $86 million package to secure the future of the Panthers in Florida. The hockey team, not the actual animal. So there it is. Added measure of security. The Lena lease deal is going to be through 2028, but the team could opt out after 8 years if it gives the counties a year's notice and provides a loss of $100 million over the next 7 years.
Wow.
So
That's
apparently
a lot of dough.
that is a lot of dough. Doug Sifu, who owns the team now, he bought it from Vinny Viola in 2013. These can't be real names. These cannot be real names.
I agree. Vinny Viola, get out of town.
Jesus. All right. So Sifu said they're dedicated to Southern Florida and the area. They have no intention to move the team at all. We've heard this before, so we'll see what goes on. So yeah, $86 million, which helps their rework their lease as well. And the club will be afforded tourist tax money to help offset financial losses incurred in recent years. So, Johnny, our money that we spent down there is going to be relocated into the Florida Panthers' pockets.
Well, that's good. I mean, I spent $100 on that sweatshirt anyway. They should get some of that money.
Exactly. So there you go. I like it. You know, for all intents and purposes, it's not a bad area. I mean, the arena's in a faraway place. It's like Landover. But it was all
Well,
right.
I mean, the arena was in a cool spot if it was if people wanted to go and like tailgate and such.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm just wondering if that road will ever get finished.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Nope, never getting finished ever. They didn't expect the Panthers to be around that long.
It's true, actually. That's why Hiatus Road just stopped.
Yeah, it was just there. You know, it's funny. That's actually a second hiatus road. There's another hiatus road down the road. I looked it up because I was at the wrong hiatus road the first time, and apparently I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't the hiatus road I'm looking for. And then I just got confused. And it's like,
I mean, I'm already confused. I wasn't even driving.
Yeah, no, Johnny was. That was the best part about it. We saw a road that was hiatus road, and we were joking because it had a sign on the side of the road saying, "Oh, this is where you turn for hiatus road." I'm like, you know, wouldn't it be funny if we looked over and it was just if the road just stopped and literally we looked over and there was nothing, like there was a Jersey wall in front of it and then grassland all the way through. I'm just like, a little on the nose, don't you think, Florida?
Yeah, they didn't even try.
No. It's yeah, it was very, 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 very satisfying actually when I come to think about it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm glad that road is named that. Thank goodness. Because if it was named something else, it would have been a little disappointing. From Florida to California, Board of Governors meetings happened. So that was a thing. Here's the bullet points out of this. No more compensation for front office executives and coaches if a team picks them up and they're still in the contract. So the rule that they put in last year is now being taken away. So there we go. No word on expansion yet. Super. Great. It seems that they've done all this for nothing. Congratulations. And the cap could go up to a maximum $3.1 million. Although a lot of people are saying $1 million is probably what the likelihood of that deal is going to be. So, also a lot of people on the golf course at Palm Springs or Pebble Beach. So there you go. That's another thing. Apparently, people enjoying their golf vacation there at the Board of Governors meeting. So yeah, expansion cap going up, guys. Anything? Bueller.
I'll tell you, I don't believe Bettman one second when he says that they don't have a plan and they're letting things happen.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
As far as expansion goes, I mean, they wouldn't have had this exploratory committee or whatever the hell that they called it if they weren't ready to expand within the next 3 to 5 years at most. I mean, why would they even ask people? That would be me like, Scotty, are you gonna be hungry for lunch anytime soon? It's like 10:30.
Okay. You know what? I think maybe Maybe about an hour, hour and a half. I think I'll be hungry. Yeah.
Too bad, because we're not serving lunch until 3 days from now.
Wait, hold on a minute. But I said I'm hungry now, though.
Nope, but I was just checking to see if, you had the capability to put food in your stomach, but I wasn't offering you food. I was just asking you.
That's a pretty dick move on your behest. I mean, like, why would you do? I'm hungry and
Sometimes it's just nice to know, that you want something from me.
Yeah, you just wanted to know, right, Mark? You were just asked.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Listen.
If the option of lunch arrived, would you be hungry?
If I don't have pasta in my face in like an hour and a half, there's going to be hell to pay.
Well, you've built the capability to have. You have pots and pans. You have a fork that you're going to blow on.
Sure, right.
You have a bowl to put the pasta. I mean, you have everything ready to go.
Right.
I mean,
you have everything you need.
You're selling subscriptions for people to watch you eat the pasta.
It's an odd situation I'm in.
You're not going to get any pasta yet.
You're gonna. I'm not gonna get the hits on the YouTubes then. You're
that's not my problem.
You're taking money out of my pocket. I built up this empire of dirt, and now you have to go ahead and why don't you fill my bowl with some pasta? Maybe it's beef tortellini stuff inside the pasta.
That's not my problem. I have enough pasta to go around. For me and my pasta people. But you're not ready yet.
No, I think I'm actually really ready. I got everything here. I even got Parmesan cheese. Like, I'll eat this Parmesan cheese if I have to. I mean, we might have to gimmick this Parmesan cheese up a little bit.
What's the Parmesan cheese in this metaphor?
Minor league hockey.
Okay, all right. That's good.
Could it be that just the wrong people showed up for lunch, though?
Maybe it's people from another building, like a competing brand, and then they're showing up to my Vegas pasta eating contest, and then we can't get a steady stream of pasta. I don't know is the pasta revenue now? I'm not really sure. I got lost in this analogy.
It's pasta. It's all pasta.
But I think the funny thing is they want that whole thing where they get 32 teams, they get 16 and 16. And just give Vegas a team for Christ's sake, and then wait till Seattle gets their shit together in 5 years, and even then, who knows? I don't think there's a lot of people in the board of governors who, aside from the allure of Seattle, think Seattle is actually a viable market. I mean, like, they don't have an owner up there, they don't have a building. The support's there, sure, but it's a hipster commune for all we care. Just put one in Kansas City. They already get an arena. Problem is, they just need the Auschwitz Corporation, the Anschutz Corporation. The other one's a bad corporation. Oh goodness.
The Auschwitz Corporation.
Yeah, that's not a good corporation.
No, that's a bad corporation. The Anschutz Corporation. You have to buy that lease from them, and that would be a hell of a thing. So yeah, fun times out. Just put one in
put a team in Kansas City and then move them to Seattle.
That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Be another Kansas City team lost. Scouts now, whatever the Kansas City placeholders.
Supersonics.
That'd be great if they brought the. You said bring the Supersonics back. You didn't say which sport, dummies. We brought them back, and they're in hockey form. Enjoy. Then the guys at Pearl Jam will be confused, trying to shoot 3-pointers in hockey skates. It'd be fun. Anyway. Here's a buzzkill. David Poyle. Remember him? He used to be the Caps GM for all those years. Now he's
yes, I do.
Predators GM for all these years. Apparently, he is not seeing the fun in John Scott being the All-Star votes leader. He says that his team, his All-Star game that he is hosting in Nashville, doesn't deserve a joke of a player being on the roster. And says that the All-Star game should only deserve the best, so to have John Scott there will sully the good name of the All-Star game.
Wow.
That right?
That is a dick move.
A little bit of a dick move. A little bit of a dick move, you're right.
I'm not sure how good the name was to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, first off, we don't know how good it was to begin with. Second off, come on, man. You know what? I understand where he's coming from because he has to deal with his constituency or whatever. In terms of okay, well, we want to have put forth the best, and then John Scott's the captain of a division, and it's just like, well, this is garbage. Why do we even have this? But I don't know. David Poyle could be going a little overboard and all this. Let me see if I can find a direct. By the way, he uses more Just for Men than I think anybody ever.
Except for Theo.
Maybe except for Theo. You're right. I go along and I say, you're right. Where is the David Poyle quote? I want to find this quote because of the fact that it's...
I mean, Theo got suspended for his overuse of the drugs.
But that was Propecia. This is
but he was growing hair. He wasn't
covering up
coloring
his
it.
hair. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's be honest. Jose had fabulous hair. Fantastic.
He did.
hair.
He really did.
And the only reason he really got suspended was because Propecia is a covered-up drug.
That's true. It's a masking agent.
It covers up other drugs that you're taking.
And bald spots.
That's true, see? So it's not just a clever name.
So wait. If I get this, then I can... maybe have a new course of action in life.
Yep. Propecia foam.
Boom.
Or is that...
That's the what's the other one? Rogaine foam.
Rogaine foam, yeah.
Which is now up here in Canada, so huzzah.
Wait, isn't Canada like drug central? How are they just getting this now?
Apparently not for hair.
That's because they didn't need Rogaine back then. They were just basically like, oh, here's a drug. It put hair on anything. It's called
Exactly.
whiskey.
Hey, that's on your chest though.
Oh.
All right, so here we go.
I thought that was algebra that put hair on your chest. Or is that just what Sigelski used to tell
That's
us?
what Sigelski tried to pawn you off.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so David Poyle said as such, and he says, well, if he makes, talking about John Scott, if he makes the All-Star game, that would be, with all due respect, not an appropriate situation. And with all due respect to John Scott, but when you do something like this in this digital age, you sit there all day and push a button, that doesn't make it right. I agree with him on that.
I mean, we've agreed with that point since the beginning.
With all due
Look,
respect,
they've
you're an
made
asswipe.
Yeah, I agreed. They've made their bed. They could easily change this. They're the owners. If anyone can change it, they can. And Poyle knows the process. They've known that this has been happening for like 5 years now. That teams just vote the most ridiculous people that fans just vote the most ridiculous people that they can to troll the NHL. If they wanted to change this process, they have had multiple off seasons to do this. So Poyle, I'm sorry, you can't change it now that it's in your backyard. If you want to change it, bring it up at the next owners meeting next year, or competition committee, or all-star barbecue, or whatever the hell you guys do. Like I don't know what the all-star game isn't a competition committee thing, but seriously, come on, bro, chill out. You've made your bed. Now sleep.
I want an all-star barbecue now. I want to have an
kind of
all-star
do
barbecue.
too.
All-star barbecue.
That's how they like sit around and decide which little goals they're gonna use.
That's the best. Oh God, the mini nets be perfect. John Scott still up top 5. John Scott, Yami Yeager, Alex Ovechkin, Patrick Kane, Tyler Seguin.
Do you think Jaromir Jagr, by saying that he didn't want to be in the NHL All-Star Game, really did want to be in the All-Star Game, but knew by saying that he didn't want to be in the All-Star Game, all the fans would vote him into the All-Star Game?
Yes.
Reverse psychology, that could be possible.
Oh yeah.
Yager's far smarter than he lets on.
He's
I mean,
smarter
why
than
else
the
would he
average
grow
man.
the mullet back?
I mean, I think it's all a huge publicity stunt.
Well, then Teemu Selanne comes in and says, "No, you gotta play. It'd be fun. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'd be fun." So John Scott's still ahead. When does voting stop?
When does it stop?
When does it
It's
stop?
when Poyle says it stops.
I'm putting a stop to this right now.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to vote Alexander Radulov into the NHL All-Star Game.
Oh my God.
That would really twist the knife
God.
for Poyle.
Dude, they would murder.
I actually think we should try to start that.
Can you write in people?
You were right.
Probably not.
Like anyone in the world.
Anyone. And probably not.
All right, voting ends January 1st at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Wow, that's not much longer. It's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 3
3 weeks.
Didn't the season just start?
Nah, No, we're almost 3 months into the
I
season.
know, I'm kidding.
We're almost halfway done.
Get out of town. Where did the
can't.
time go?
I don't know. Believe you me, trust me, I have no goddamn clue.
Like you were, it's like you were preparing for a wedding or something.
I know.
Yeah,
What kind of
fuck it.
garbage is that?
Didn't really have any time to devote to watching hockey so
Yeah.
far this year.
Well, yeah. There you go. It's like you have other things like marital
But that's
bliss.
just an analogy,
Yeah,
obviously.
it's
Yeah,
like that.
obviously.
It's not.
It's
not
a
that.
hypothetical
It's sort of
marriage.
similar to that.
Yeah, something similar.
It's a hypothetical.
It was the honeymoon you were planning for so long.
Exactly.
Yes.
There we go, and here we are. Actually, a friend of mine just got back from Mexico, I think it was, or Dominican, and she said she got the worst food poisoning. I'm like, oh god. Like,
That's Montezuma's revenge.
Well, I don't know if the Dominicans have that.
Well,
Okay.
you can't
said
drink the
Mexico.
water in the Dominican Republic either. And you should definitely not eat sushi, that's for damn sure.
Okay, well, that's for me. That's just a general life lesson. Don't eat
Did you have
sushi.
sushi in the Dominican Republic, John?
I did not. Some other people in our group did.
Oh, woof.
Sushi in the Dominican
were-
Republic sounds
They
like
were not smart.
No.
sounds like something that you'd find on Urban Dictionary.
There
Make it happen.
fish everywhere.
Woof. Yeah. It's stuff like that where I'm just like, yeah, no, this is why I don't go on vacations to nice big islands, because A, it's too hot, B, I don't know what the food is, C, I can just go home and get Hardee's. And now we have Carl's Jr. in Canada, so screw it. I got Chick-fil-A, I got Carl's Jr. What else do I need anymore? Screw you guys, I'm not coming home until next December.
So who are they going to put in the Canadian Carl's Jr. commercials? Because remember they always have like
Avril Lavigne.
supermodels eating hamburgers on cars. Is it going to be like
Johnny P with a good strong one, Avril Lavigne. right up top.
Avril Lavigne?
Maybe the
She's got to be like 45 now, right?
she's younger than me, so she's like 30. I think she just turned 30.
She just turned 30? Jesus.
I think so.
Wow.
So let's look it up.
I had a feeling
the
she
girl,
was
the girl who
older than
said
that.
who no responded
I
to me.
bet she's still hot.
I'd say I'm going to go with Ellen Page riding a bike eating a cheeseburger.
She is a lesbian and feminist, so I don't think she's going to do that.
How about Evangeline Lilly
Uh-huh.
Is
On
she
a moose.
vegetarian?
on a moose eating a cheeseburger?
We can make that happen. By the way,
Rachel
Avril-
McAdams, Alicia
Rachel
Cuthbert,
McAdams.
all Canadian.
all right. See, now we're getting here. Now we're getting going. By the way, Avril Lavigne, September 27th, 1984, so she is 31, just turned 31 years old.
Wow.
Nev Campbell's still around
Always-
somewhere.
I
She's
always felt
Canadian.
like she was older.
Yeah, she was married to two lead singers of two pretty crappy bands.
Maybe that's why I thought she was older.
Maybe. So, yeah, she is
Let's see.
separated from Chad Kroger, and then there we go.
Natasha Henstridge is Canadian.
Ooh.
How about that? Let's see. I don't really know any of the rest of these people. Sarah Chalk. Sarah Chalk is Canadian of
Roseanne
Scrubs,
fame.
Scrubs fame.
Oh. I go Roseanne. Oh, UK. You know, fine. Whatever.
Anna Paquin is Canadian. Did not know that.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know that
About-
one either.
Rachel Bonetta. She's Canadian.
She is. She was born in Winnipeg. How about that?
Yeah.
Huh.
True story.
Wow.
What did who did you ask about, John?
Rachel Bonetta.
I don't know her.
She is on the MLS
Oh.
website, and she is hot.
There's. I just searched for Canadian actress, and then Google gave me a list.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and take your pick of any one of those for Carl's Jr.'s commercials. Actually, Malin Ackerman also. You'd recognize her from
Mila
Things.
Ackerman.
Malin Ackerman.
Mila Ackerman.
Mila. Is that how it's pronounced?
I think it is.
She's from Things. I
Ackerman.
recognize her from Things.
I recognize Kim
The
Cattrall.
Watchmen.
The Watchmen. Who's watching The Watchmen though? That's the
I don't
question.
know. We'll never know. Stana Katic. She's the girl from Castle.
Oh, nice. IMDb's 2015 Most Beautiful Actress from Canada list. Obviously, this is going to be a thing. Christine, Sophie Demarais, Marie Fish, Jodie Ferland, blah, blah, blah. Wow, I know none of these people. What the hell is going on? Emily Tennant. All right, we will figure this out later. We will get Lyle on for his edition. Oh, Colby Smothers from How I Met Your Mother. Yeah.
She wasn't just playing a Canadian on television. She was
No,
actually
she's
one
actually a real one.
as well. She's not just a.
That's Rachel Bonetta.
She's a client as well.
She's from ML. She works for the MLS.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think she's in Toronto.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Look at her go.
Good for her.
Good for her. Look at her. Everyone's in Toronto if you want to make it in this business. Right, Lyle?
Oh, absolutely.
There it is.
What's the business again that we're making?
Eating hamburgers for Carl's Jr.
Yeah, Carl Jr.
Right.
Because Calgary got another guy, Carl's Jr. So
Proving once again that Albertans have no taste.
Are you kidding me? I'll fight you.
At least they're using real beef, real Albertan beef.
Johnny P, Alex Johnson.
Oh, Alex Johnson.
Alex's Johnson.
Alex's Johnsons.
Yeah, she's
Johnny,
an instant star.
Exactly, that one fine Ottawa weekend, the Ottawa week that lasted a weekend.
Well, I did have 3 channels.
Well, there you go, and one you couldn't really get in.
Oh.
Hey-o. Yeah, that was the scrambled porn channel.
You couldn't get it in that channel. Sorry. That was a lot.
2 more things in news before we get to the bulk of the stuff. And Lyle, on this last one, we can get your opinion because I have an interesting opinion on this one. First off, the Calgary Hitmen broke another teddy bear toss record. This past Sunday, 28,815 bears thrown onto the ice.
That was fantastic.
Yes.
You got to check the video out, Mark. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I saw it. It's awesome.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
How far they threw the teddy bears to set the world record.
Well, some of them had help. Like the ones that came from like way back from the upper deck landed in the lower bowl. So the people in the lower bowl were very good natured and just took them and kind of basically volleyballed them over the glass.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And the thing is now you have to put them in like plastic bags and stuff like that so they don't get ruined by the ice. So you get a little bit more better aerodynamics so there's limbs not flailing anywhere from bears. And then also Katie usually goes to this event and she tells me all the time, I got pelted with so many bears, it was amazing. I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's a good thing, kid. You might have some brain damage. But hey, good luck to you in your future endeavors, I suppose. So there's that. Yeah, 28,000 bears. They all got delivered to the Alberta Children's Hospital and some other foundations around there. So that's a really cool event. Always the event of the year to go to, and always the first game that sells out. Shockingly enough.
And speaking of the Alberta Children's Hospital, by the way, there's a really cool video on Calgary Flames TV. It's also posted on my Facebook page, which you guys can take a look at if you haven't already. My niece and nephew being interviewed by Dougie Hamilton of the Calgary Flames at the Alberta Children's Hospital.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
very awesome.
That was awesome. So
they look like they were miserable.
Yeah, they looked. Yeah, didn't they? They were having a good time. Just they don't like have microphones stuck in their faces, like most people. So I got to admit, Dougie Hamilton was a good sport, though. So.
They're just like, Dougie Hamilton. We got this guy. He's a bum.
We couldn't get Mark Giordano or Johnny Gaudreau. No.
You gave up what for him?
Dang.
I'd rather have Sean Monahan. For Christ.
Yeah. But anyway.
This one I want to get your take on, and then we'll open this up across the board because this is an interesting scenario. So the Buffalo area is going to host the 2018 World Juniors. Which was announced this past week.
2018, I believe, is when they're doing that?
Yeah, 2018. And the question is, and the one big thing that they announced was that there's a possibility for an outdoor game during the round-robin segment, probably between the U.S. and Canada on New Year's Eve, which is where it's traditionally held. Now, my question I'll pose to the group, good idea, bad idea, especially considering the fact that World Juniors is, especially in that preliminary qualifying, is a bit of a big deal, and it is kind of an interesting scenario that they're putting themselves into. Obviously, the regular season NHL games outdoors, they're for real too, and then some people question some of the happenings there. But for a World Juniors tournament where anything can happen and these kids just hit a rut in the ice or hit a snowbank that piles up because they're not shoveling well enough, Is this obviously it's going to be an attraction, but for a round robin thing, is this quote unquote fair to the U.S. and Canada having them outside where the other teams get to play all their games without the elements in play?
I think it's fair. I mean, you look at the advances they've made in how they maintain the ice and things like that nowadays. Playing outside, it's not an issue anymore. It's not an issue. If an injury is going to happen, an injury could just as easily happen in an indoor game. You can just as easily catch a rut in an indoor rink as you can in an outdoor one. Hey, this is a great way for them to boost revenue. So I say, yeah, good idea.
Boys, see, I'm on kind of both. I'm kind of on the fence with this.
On both sides.
Well, no, what I'm going to say
is... You can't pick couch on this one, Johnny. No couch on this one.
What I'm going to say is that in a situation where it's effectively what, a 2-week tournament?
Yeah.
3-week tournament maybe? You don't play games in multiple environments like this. Now, granted, the World Cup plays all over countries, and there could be a rainforest in one city and a regular, outdoor soccer game in other cities.
Where they build the stadium for one game and then no longer use it at all.
And now it becomes a parking lot.
Yeah, a bird guano collector. Yes.
I mean, so I understand it from that perspective. However, soccer is an outdoor sport.
So is hockey.
Not in tournaments. I don't see a way that I don't see a reason why the game should be played outdoors when the entire rest of the tournament is played indoors for anything less than making money between the United States and Canada. Now, in saying that, if this was the final and everybody had played on an equal playing surface until you got to the final, I'd be perfectly fine with playing the final outdoors.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a... I can agree with that.
I like that idea. I like that idea, actually. Yeah.
I mean, that's a one-game scenario. You're not playing a random round-robin game between the U.S. and Canada in the middle of the tournament at an outdoor venue.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, I guess that's my thoughts.
Point Johnny P. Ring the bell.
Yep.
Ring the bell. Like, damn, ring.
I don't have one.
There we go.
There you go.
I know where that
came in handy. Yep. Glad this came in handy.
Yeah. Well, there it was.
Mark your thoughts.
They're all gone. Yeah, I mean, I can't beat that. That's a good point. I mean, the whole thing about an outdoor game is they're now unabashedly just saying, and they're not even doing it for like, oh, it's for the spectacle. It's because it's a once in a lifetime event for the no. Everybody knows that they're just trying to make more money off of people. They're not even like trying to skirt around that issue anymore. They're just saying we're going to play it outdoors because it's going to be awesome and people are going to pay. So fine, whatever. If it's going to be outdoors, it's going to be outdoors.
And given that it's Buffalo, if you're really lucky, there might be some action going on between some parked cars out in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, that was great.
See what I'm saying?
That was a great video.
Yeah,
the old. Nice.
So the juniors tournaments usually starts in what, like April? Is World Juniors?
No, World Juniors starts Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're thinking of the world. You're thinking of the World Championships.
World Championships is like
right.
April, May. Okay. So
yeah.
World Junior, yeah, then absolutely. That seems like a great time to hold an outdoor game in Buffalo.
Yeah,
in January. When,
well, the Sabres and Penguins proved that back in 2008. On New Year's Day.
And luckily, they only had a couple inches of snow. Like, I mean, Buffalo...
But look at the fun they had, though, with that. I mean, my God, it turned into legitimate pond hockey by the time he got to the shootout. I mean, Crosby's coming in on his to score his shootout goal, and he's basically he's hardly stick handling because of all the snow that's on the ice at that point. So,
yeah. I mean, it's a good idea. I have a feeling that... I mean, the whole spectacle's worn off. Outdoor games are fun. But it's not like if this was and the idea that they had before the Winter Classic was a thing, I'd say that this is an awesome idea. It's going to be so much fun getting these kids back out on the pond. USA Canada is such a big game. Now it's just like another outdoor game.
I would love to see how the revenue is split up on this. Like how much goes to the IIHF and how much go to the U.S. and Canada Federation.
No, they're going to take the dollar amounts and then split it evenly and give Canada the equal amount of Canadian dollars as America gets American dollars. It's like that: 1 for you, 1 for me, 2 for you, 2 for me. Like we used to do when we were kids.
No, I get it. No, I got you. I'm picking up.
And Bugs Bunny, like Bugs Bunny.
No, I get it. There you go.
They could just throw the money way up in the air, and whatever God wants, He keeps.
Exactly. There we go. All right. Well, Lyle, we go from that to the nightmare is over for you, Lyle. The Alex Semin situation in Montreal. Finito Santiago. It is Dunsky. Didn't report to the AHL. They put him on unconditional waivers for the $125 buyout. What a thrill ride it was, Lau. Remember those high highs when someone's stick got caught in his pants, and the low lows of him being a healthy scratch. It was a great tenure.
Yeah, it was a really
Don't forget
enjoyable
about the
2
really
months.
low lows when he actually played.
Yeah, 3 points in 4 points in 15 games. Yeah, I mean this was, as I said, it was an affordable gamble by the Habs. It only cost them $1.1 million.
Well, plus $125.
Yeah, and $125, which I'm sure that they'll have a whip around in the dressing room and take care of that very quickly. But yeah, as I said, it was a gamble worth trying, but ultimately it didn't pan out. And the advocates of advanced stats, this doesn't look very good on them because Semin was kind of one of those guys they love to hang their hats on. Proof of, oh yes, but he's great zone entries and his Corsi numbers are fantastic and his PDO is great and all of this. And yeah, but that don't mean shit if he can't score, and that's what you got him for. So, I mean, again, as I've been on record saying many times, I believe advanced stats have a place in the game, but they're not the end all and be all. And sometimes at the end of the day, you can't beat the good old fashioned eyeball test. And the eyeball test, this one was very bloody obvious. Didn't matter how good his puck possession stats was, he wasn't making anything happen. He was too slow for the Habs type of game because the Habs are a fast team. They play a speed game. And he just didn't have the speed, and it's very obvious that his offensive skills are in decline. Doesn't matter how good your puck possession stats are. If you can't turn something, if you can't use them to create opportunities or to create scoring opportunities for yourself or to boost your offensive stats, you're useless. And like I said, so way he goes, no big deal. Hey, it was worth a shot, didn't pan out. Moving on. Doesn't hurt the Habs a bit.
No, are you shocked he didn't report to the AHL?
No, not at all. Not at all. He wants to go overseas, and this is great for Montreal because that's it. They don't have to worry about we've got this guy riding around in the the minors, could be a bad influence on some of our kids, or oh great, we've got $950,000. They were able to save. They'd be able to save $950,000 of it, but they'd still have a few $1,000s riding the buses in the AHL. No, he's gone, so the full cap hit disappears. Win-win. He wants to go and play in Europe. I say go with God. We hardly knew ye, Alex Semin.
Exactly.
But Caps fans will remember when you used to be good.
Yes, exactly. Back in the day when everyone remembers your name. But it's funny because it's like there's a lot of people saying, yeah, he didn't get much interest during the lockout from the KHL. I don't know how much interest he's going to get in Europe. In general, he's going to have to play in Norway if he's going to want to play pro hockey, I suppose. But them's the breaks, I guess.
I'm sure England
has a hockey league.
England.
I'm sure his advanced stats will be through the roof in the Farfignugan League. So.
That's some good Farfignugan.
The Flirpen de Bergenbergen.
That's some Swedish chef there. Yeah, there we go. All right, so contract talks between Eric Staal and the Carolina Hurricanes have stalled, and they will not start.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
They've hemmed. They've hemmed, and away they go. So what are we seeing as tripping points here, aside from the fact that Eric Stahl ain't what his old gray mare ain't what he used to be?
Well, that's excuse me. That's the big thing, isn't it? His performance has been, his production has been production. His judicial system. No,
I'm glad we all went there, by the way.
I love that.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
Exactly. No, we all, yeah. But no, his production's been in steady decline for the last several years. He's his cap hit is $8.25 million, but an actual salary this year he's making $9.5 million. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's crazy. As I try to do a Christopher Walken and fails. Crazy. But anyway,
it's crazy, Lyle.
But the big sticking point here is, do you want to stay? That's great, but you're going to have to take a much lesser deal for considerably less money. And the way his production's been in decline, would you give this guy $7 million a season? I wouldn't. Would you give him $6 million a season? I wouldn't. No way. I think we talked about this last week. But, Steve Simmons of the Toronto Sun, one of the rare times I've actually agreed with him on anything, when he said that when he compared Eric Stahl with Vinny Lecavalier by saying this guy is no longer a first-line center anymore, and he's absolutely right. So, listen, I have no doubt if he hits the free agent market, there will be a team that will pay crazy, stupid money for him. They'll take that risk, they'll assume that, he just needs to get out of Carolina, he'll come to our team, we have more depth, he'll play so much better, he'll regain his form, it'll be fantastico. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really do think that, because, listen, great players can still lift a team, or can still carry a team that doesn't have a lot of talent, there's been a lot of players over the years that have. And Eric Stahl, for a number of years, was that great player. But he's not anymore. He's a second-line guy now. On a good team, he's a second-line winger. He's not a quality center anymore. So, I dare say that Ron Francis is just kind of playing the Stahl game here right now. See, I can play your game too. By putting this off in hopes that Stahl will pick up his performance over the next month. We get into January, maybe he will show signs that he's going to be worthwhile keeping. Otherwise, it's term and salary, and if he's looking for big bucks, he's not going to get it from Carolina. And honestly, I think he's going to be hitting the trade block before February 29th.
There we go, kids.
Well, if he asks for too much money, it's just like flushing it down the toilet. So.
Well, yeah. Why keep this guy? Look, he was a great player for years for the Hurricanes. One of their best, if not the best player in franchise history. Okay, he helped them win a Stanley Cup. Back in the last decade, I'd say from 05-06 to 2010-11, he was one of the best players in the league, unquestionably. Definitely one of the best centers in the league, without a doubt. But he's not that anymore. You can't pay him like that anymore. But if he insists on being paid like that, bye-bye. You got to move on. You've got to move on. And I got to say, man, Jim Rutherford did Ron Francis no favors whatsoever. He left a horrible mess. And Ron Francis is the guy who's going to have to dig his way out of it. So far, I like the moves he's done. But, this is going to be a good test for him. He's going to be getting a decent return. But, hey, there are there are some pundits out there, guys like, Elliot Friedman, Darren Dreger, I believe, is another, who honestly think that, all Eric Stahl needs is just a move to a better team, and his performance will pick right back up. I think there's some general managers out there that are going to think that way, and that's going to be the good test for Ron Francis, is finding that general manager in order to fleece him to get the best return possible for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the
least. Name alone. Vinny Lecavalier got one more.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Absolutely. And just because there's no more Paul Holmgren running around in the league anymore, that doesn't mean that there aren't any suckers kicking around out there.
Who's the biggest sucker, Lyle? Who do you think is going to be the biggest sucker?
That's what's going to be interesting to see.
Kevin Shoveldayoff?
No. No. Chevy ain't going there.
They're
Chevy's
going
not
to lose Ladd and Bufflin. Might as well stay.
No. Push comes to shove, they keep Ladd, and it's bye-bye Big Buff. That's another guy who might go at the trade deadline, but it depends on where the Jets are in the standings. If they're still battling for playoff spot, they'll hang on to him, and they'll try like hell to resign him. But, yeah, I think over to the 2, it'll be Ladd over Buff anytime.
There we go. Buff the stuff.
Buff the stuff. Buff the Magic Dragon, yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Jimmy Rutherford. He made headlines as he ripped into Mike Johnson for not using the Amsterdam sensation. Wrong.
And the pride, the pride last year of the Charlottetown Islanders, by the way. So
39 and 88, not bad.
Watch what you say, brother. Yeah.
Point total. Plus minus was shite, but that was a bad team.
Hey, it's the Quebec Major Junior League. Plus minus is a suggestion, not the rule, brother. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up the stat on how many people were in pluses, but I mean, is this right to obviously they kept him through 9 games and burned a year of his entry level. Now the 40-game plateau is starting to creep up little bit by bit. Was it right for with all the guff that Johnston's gotten? I mean, is this just adding fuel to the fire, saying, hey, maybe this guy is a piece of shite, and we need to get rid of him really quickly?
Man, well, first of all, I got to say, you Capitals fans have got to be loving the train wreck that's going on right now.
Oh, it's great!
You guys have to be loving this right now.
What? Hold on.
You must be enjoying the dysfunction at the Pennsylvania Junction. Yes, indeed.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You lie! I can see it written all over your face, Johnny P. Do not try to lie to me, Capitals fan. I can see the glint in your eye.
That's just my allergy, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go.
Way to be sensitive to that.
I hear you. That's me, the world's biggest jerk. But I got the T-shirt and everything, my friends.
You're not a Penguins fan.
Isolate that audio for sure. No, that's true. Yes, isolate that audio immediately. Lyle Richardson, world's biggest jerk. TM. I trademarked that bad boy. But this again comes back to why I am convinced that Jimmy Rutherford is just not a good general manager. He used to be. I mean, the guy built a playoff winner in Carolina, but that was 10 years ago, and it's been very obvious during his final years with the Hurricanes that he didn't really know what he was doing anymore. And I was shocked when I saw that the Penguins hired this guy, and I was just like, okay, I get the experience factor here, but and the proof is in the pudding here. He brings it. He didn't get first of all, Mike Johnston isn't the coach that he wanted to begin with. Okay, he's sort of just kind of like, all the cool guys are gone that I wanted to hire. Fuck it, let's get this guy. And it's just not working. I mean, the Penguins, they are 25th in the league. I'm sorry, 26th in the league in offense this season. This is a team with Sidney Crosby, Phil Kessel, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang. Okay? 4 of the best offensive players in the NHL today. And this team is 26th in offense. In even strength goals, they're 25th. On the power play, they're 20th. Their offense is freaking horrible. This doesn't happen overnight. Not when you've got guys like those 4 that I just rattled off. Okay? And people are wondering why Crosby's stats are in the toilet this year. Okay, why is it a bad stop? Oh, why is he playing so badly? Oh, he's being more of a perimeter player, I think. And this one's well, maybe it's the wear and tear over the years. Even though he looked friggin' fantastic during the World Championships when he was playing with good players. But I digress. The reason why Crosby's numbers suck this year is because he's trying to buy into whatever weird-ass voodoo that Mike Johnston is trying to get this team to do. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to take a team that is built for offense and is trying to get them to play defense. The problem is that's not working. The Penguins are among they're I think 25th or 26th. Or I'm sorry, no, they've given up I think the 5th most shots in the league this year. if it wasn't for the fact that Marc-Andre Fleury is having a career year right now, guys. If he
The
keeps
irony.
yeah, but he's having a career year. He's ready to set the best stats he's ever had in his career. If it wasn't for him, the Penguins would be down in the bottom of the standings right now. Okay, the only reason why Mike Johnston still has a job is because the Penguins, they've been kind of flirting around. They've been in and amongst the lower part of the playoff contenders for most of the season. They recently slipped out of contention, but they could, they get a couple of wins and they can get back onto the happy side of par again. But the problem is Mike Johnston. The system isn't working. But rather than replace him, Jimmy Rutherford is he's trying to doing what he always does. He's being stubborn. And rather than admit that, okay, I made a mistake hiring this coach, and maybe I should go and get a replacement, and maybe bring in a coach that can play to my team's strengths, which is obviously offense, he's just kind of making these veiled comments of, well, maybe we should play Sprong more often, or well, the team could play better. Well, I'm going to go follow the team now over the next several games. I'm flying right out of here from the Board of Governors meeting so I can follow my team and get a better grasp of what they're doing. What the hell are you doing, man? I mean, come on. You don't even need to follow the team. Watch a highlight package. For God's sake, just watch a game on TV. The Penguins look horrible this season. Absolutely horrible. And, while you can say, well, yeah, they're not a very good team defensively, in the past they could offset that with a potent offense, which they still have, but they're not utilizing. It's just not working. And until Rutherford does something to address this by replacing the coach, or until Mario Lemieux wakes up and goes, you know what, we made a horrible mistake here, Jimmy Rutherford, hit the bricks and take Mike Johnston with you, things aren't going to get better in Pittsburgh. Not this season. They'll be lucky to make the playoffs the way they're going. They will be lucky to make the playoffs. And the sad thing is, there's no reason for it. None whatsoever.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's insane how far this has gone. As much as I like to revel in all of this,
sure,
it's been great. Now remind me, because memory for me is not a thing. Did what's his nuts and Bielsma get fired at the same time?
Yes.
Do you have a name?
Sure.
Okay.
Shero.
Okay. Shero, yeah, Ray Shero. Did they get fired at the same time?
I
watched Shero stayed on.
Shero got fired first. Kept Bielsma because the Caps were going to hire him.
Right. Okay, that makes sense then. Perfect. Okay. I didn't know if I was just like, wow, well, you guys should have kept Bielsma. Just maybe, but whatever. That's just me.
I feel like there's just a single Christmas card showing up from maybe somewhere on the West Coast, and all it says is, "Don't play defense." Signed, Bruce.
There you go.
And I think
enough with the schemes.
Yeah, stop changing shit.
Go
Bruce.
with what you know. Signed, Bruce. There's a thing of barbecue sauce on it. It'd be great. So there's that. By the way, if you're scoring at home or even if you're alone, 198 players last season were in the plus category for the Kumja.
The Kumja.
And the top plus minus guy was Jan Kodalek, plus 55 from your Rimouski Oceanic. Rimouski had 9 of the top 20 in plus minus last year. So there you go. It's fun facts. Fun facts. Well, I want to talk about 2 different goaltenders.
Sure.
We'll talk about 2 different goaltenders who are in the same situation.
Okie dokie.
They were the highest of highs. They were the toast of the town. Lyle, they were the guys to save the franchise. However, they have fallen out of grace. Yet, when they bounce back on their feet, one has gone to the minors and gotten 2 shutouts in 2 straight games. The other, and I will put out the stat line for you, 5 games played. 0-4-0. 5.15 goals against. 0.827 save percentage and 10 penalties in minutes. Jonathan Bernier and Ben Scrivens, boy howdy, what a fall they've had. Now, Scrivens I can pretty much write off and say, Godspeed. You are just go home.
He had his cup of coffee, yeah.
Yep, you were a great time. Now use that Harvard or Cornell education for something. The John Bernier thing is interesting to me. How do you quantify 2 AHL shutouts?
Because it's the AHL.
Okay. but if you're a Leaf in general, if you're in that front office, like you got a couple more days until you have to bring him back up.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, do you keep him back up, or do you put him on waivers again and have him stay down there the rest of the season and maybe trade him at the deadline?
Well, they didn't actually put him on waivers. He's down there on a conditioning.
Oh, you're right. That's why I said. That's why I said they have to put him back on waivers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. This move was done out of desperation. Obviously, they had to get something to get Bernier's confidence back. Because let's face it, it was bloody shattered this season. He's just been off to a horrid start. Conversely, James Reimer is, until he got hurt, he's on pace for his best season ever. He's still sitting among the league leaders in save percentage and goals against average this season, among the top 10. So, you can't blame it on Mike Babcock, the new head coach. Obviously, there's some issues going on there with Bernier, obviously, they're hoping that this brief stint down in the minors is going to do him some good, and that he will regain his merger and bounce back and be that starting goaltender they were hoping he would become. Because let's face it, what's it, Garrett Sparks? That's quite. Listen, can I just say, by the way, that's a hell of a story. The kid gets a shutout in his first ever NHL game. The first goaltender in Leafs history ever to do that. And when they told him this after the game, he was just in tears. He was just so overwhelmed with the emotion of the moment and everything like that. That's a nice story. And
because a year earlier he was playing against.
He was in the ECHL. He was in the ECHL. So and listen, he hasn't done too shabbily. He had one bad game against the Jets, which, let's be honest, his team basically bailed on him. He was left hung out to dry. But since then, he's played very well. So he's given the Leafs something to think about now. But Bernier, the problem, of course, is $4.125 million. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's an issue, not just for this season, but also for next. So, you're kind of stuck with them. With Sparks, you can send him back to the minors. He doesn't have to go through waivers. No worries. Big bubbles, no troubles. See how this season progresses with Reimer and Bernier. And here's the thing. Best case scenario, if Bernier regains his form and starts playing very well, now you've got a trade chip in James Reimer you can use at the trade deadline because he's an unrestricted free agent this summer. And if Bernier is back to playing well, you have no reason to keep him, especially with young Sparky there playing so well, showing some promise. You can bring him in as a backup next year if you're so inclined. If Bernier sucks on toast the rest of the season, you're not going to be able. I shouldn't say you're not going to be able to trade him, but it's going to be very difficult to do so. And now you've got to decide, do we really want to let Reimer go if Reimer keeps playing well the rest of the way? So it's going to be an interesting situation there in Toronto.
I was looking up Ben Scrivens to see where he went because they called up a goalie from the ECHL just a couple days ago, and apparently they're gonna waive what's his name, Fane, or they waived him, and he's probably gonna do the Condors.
He's gonna live. Anyway.
Shine. So Mark Fane was on waivers. He's going to go to the Condors.
That's just crazy too, isn't it? Remember they signed this guy 2 years ago, and he was supposed to be the big cat's ass. Everybody was talking about his advanced stats too. And here's another guy that the advanced stats, the analytic crowd loved to hang their hat on, and boy howdy, goodbye.
$14.5 million on the second year, so I think he's got 2 more years left on that.
Yeah, and he joins Nikita Nikitin as another expensive bust.
Yep.
Riding the buses in the AHL, along with our pal Ben Scrivens. So that's a lot of money they get riding the buses. But let it be known that none of it was Peter Chiarelli's money. None of it was Peter. None of these guys were Peter Chiarelli signed.
Okay, I was going to say that's a province.
That's the same joke I was making.
Yep, we both got there and clunked our heads. Oh God. Anyway, I'm trying to find Ben Scrivens. No one knows where he's at. They called up Ty Rimmer from Norfolk, and no one can find Ben Scrivens. Oh, Benny. I saw him.
Rimmer does not sound like a porn actor at all.
No, not at all. I want to say this. I was watching the Bakersfield Condor take on the San Jose Barracudas Saturday afternoon. Scrivens let up 5 goals on 8 shots.
Oh man, and this is a thing that's sad. I mean, 2 years ago, Ben Scrivens, I mean, geez, he was having a nice little hot streak going there. Well, back when he was with the Kings, anyway.
Well, he's playing on a decent team.
Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot too. When you're playing, when you got a garbage defense in front of you, yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
So, yeah. It's rough, and it's almost like where's Sean Burke? Let's get him to go with Scrivens and do the magic he did with
Devin Dubnyk. Yeah.
I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, it's
meanwhile,
bad to watch.
Well, and furthermore onto this, I mean, Cam Talbot
sucks.
I mean, oh yeah, but Anders Nilsson of all people, Anders Nilsson is the guy that's stealing games now for the Edmonton Oilers. It's like, God Almighty. You know, it's so hard to nail these guys down, man. If ever there's a team that needs a good... I'll tell you something. If James Reimer becomes available by a free agency this summer, I will bet you Peter Chiarelli goes after him hard.
How close are the Edmonton Oilers to Philadelphia Flyers clown shoes in nets level?
Well, listen, that's kind of a little bit unfair because Steve Mason's had injury problems. He's also had some personal issues this season.
I'm talking if we look at the 7 years.
Okay. Over the whole. Okay, yeah.
Over the span of 7. You're not this year alone. It's close to clown shoes with both of them.
I know. The only saving grace for the Flyers is that they actually had good players on defense and at forward. You know, because without holy crap, you know, holy crap.
We should do a game show where we figure out how many goalies you can name in the past 7 years.
Okay.
Of the Flyers.
Okay.
I have to bring the website
Michael Layton.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Michael Layton. Brice Galoff. We count Steve Mason now, of course. We count Michael Neuwirth, of course. No, Robert Esch. That's beyond 7 years. I think.
That's way too long.
Yeah.
I got a good one.
Uh-oh, who you got?
Sergei Bobrovsky.
Good one.
Who was stupidly let go.
Ray Emery.
Ray Emery. Very good, Johnny. Yes, Ray Emery was another.
Yeah. Hold on.
Welcome to everybody's favorite game show. Name that Flyers goaltender.
Let me bring up the list here because I have a website that has the list.
We've done pretty good just rattling them off the top of our heads.
All right. So
Michael Layton. Did we get that?
I already said Michael Layton.
You got Layton.
What would 7 years ago be, by the way?
2008.
Okay, 2000 and so 0809.
0809. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Layton. Who else did we say? Bobrovsky.
We said Bobrovsky.
Mason.
Neuwirth.
Johnny, did you say Emery?
He did say Emery. Yes.
Emery. So there we go. All right. So we're good. Okay. Now we're on track. Go.
I think we used them all up.
No, you have not.
Oh my God, who's left?
All right. So here we go. From 2009 to now.
Okay.
Martin Biron. Antero Niittymaki.
Niittymaki, right.
Mike Layton, Ray Emery, Brian Boucher.
That was the one I was trying to remember from 2010.
Johan Backlund.
I loved his concertos.
Mr. Cup of Coffee, yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy Duchesne. You said Layton, Boucher, Bobrovsky, Brice Galoff.
Mm-hmm.
Cal Heater.
Who?
And Rob Zepp.
What? Rob Zepp!
Last
the
year,
incredible Led Zepp!
Yep, Rob Zepp, the darling of last year. 5-2 last year, Rob Zepp. For the
because he comes from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun where the hot springs flow.
I think he's actually from Florida.
Look, I had a riff going here, Scotty. Don't ruin it for me.
All right, so from 2008-09 for your Edmonton Oilers, and boy howdy.
Okay, let's. Okay,
God.
okay. Let's see how many we can get from memory first. Okay, Devin Dubnyk.
Ilya
We
Brizgalov.
count Brees Galloff, Happy Bulin. We also count Talbot and Nilsson.
Sure.
Ben Scrivens.
Yeah.
What's the former Ducks goalie? What's Victor Fast?
Yeah.
Yes.
Victor Fast. Shite! I know there's more.
There's 6 alone in 2013.
Ah! Damn! Help me out, guys.
I'm trying to think here.
Oh, I know, guys. Just
Wayne
rattling them up.
Gretzky?
It only seemed like it, Johnny.
There was
It only
one that had a hyphenated last name, wasn't there?
You are correct.
Oh.
Josh DeLoreans?
Jeff Drew. We'll account it. Jeff Drew and Delorier.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. That's the
There
one.
it is. Yes.
Count
Good one.
it.
Good one. Good one.
All right.
Man, that one was from downtown too. I completely forgot about him.
Oh, when Mark said hyphenated, I remembered.
There's several we can have from
Oh man, shit. I should know these.
Oilers goalies.
So the irony of this entire thing is that they haven't picked a goalie with with one of their top picks.
Exactly. Okay, let's hear him.
Dwayne Rollison.
Oh,
obviously.
Damn it.
Jeff Drew and Delorier. Matthew Garon.
Garon.
Javi Bulin. Dubnyk. Marty Gerber.
Wow.
Jan
Baby
Denis.
food.
Jan Denis.
Jan Denis.
Dubnyk, Scrivens, Brizgalov, Victor Fast, Jason LaBarbera. Bachman.
Bachman Turner overdose. Yes.
Laurent Brosant. And Tyler Buns.
Tyler, that's not real.
Tyler
That's
Buns.
not
Thunder Buns.
That sounds like a porno name you just slipped in there, Scotty.
I wish. You played for the Wichita Thunder last year.
That's the male version.
No,
bet he-
wait
I
a
bet he
minute.
did
You
play
say
for the
he
Wichita
played
Thunder.
for the Did you say he played for the Wichita Thunder Penises? Did I hear that right?
No.
That's definitely a porno name.
He
Played for the Wichita Thunder. We called him Thunder Buns.
He played for Wichita Thunder Down Under.
Yes, Mark, that's a good one too. The Wichita Thunder Down Under. There we are.
Hey.
So that was your.
Wow.
It's pretty clown shit.
Wow,
Honestly,
that's
I
how
think
cool.
the
That
Oilers-
is your last 7
The
years.
Oilers,
of Super Bowl
I think
goaltending.
the Oilers are the runaway winners at this one.
All right, the Oilers with the Clown Shoes Award.
Yay!
All right. Here we
Boom,
go.
boom, boom. Oh, hey, woohoo! You gotta keep that. Ring that more often when we
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Cowbell. We need more cowbell on this show.
Right. So, wow, the length of reviews and
Okay, just it.
What? I can't hear you over the problem. I'm gonna keep going. The length of reviews. So it took 10 minutes to end the game. It took 10 minutes to end the game between Washington and Winnipeg on Saturday because they didn't know if a guy was offsides or not.
For God's sake.
I
know.
The hell with these reviews, Lyle. The hell with these reviews.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You know, in this day and age, and did you see that the refs were holding iPads for God's sake to try and figure it out? There's no way you're going to be able to determine that. What the hell in this day and age are they doing in Toronto? Okay, this goes. I mean, for heaven's sake, half the reviews now, the fans are seeing them up on the big screen and can see it before, the big brains in Toronto have decided, that was offside. So, I mean, come on, NHL, get a grip here, man. You're supposed to be cutting edge of technology and everything like that. They are dropping the ball big time with these, and it's getting stupid now. Absolutely stupid. 9-minute delay in an overtime to try and determine if a player was offside. It's only a crucial play in the game. Hey, everybody else in the arena is seeing what the call was, but no, we've got to go to the big brains in Toronto who can't seem to wrap their head around it. I mean, come on.
If coaches get a challenge wrong in a situation like that, I think
penalty,
absolutely,
and to be penalized.
The 4 players that were on the ice when that happened have to take 10 laps around the ice at full speed and stay on the ice.
Yes. They got to bag skate it for. They got to do a 10-lap bag skate, and then you can stay on there. But no, but backing up though that would be awesome. That would also be a violation of union rules. So back that up. But it would be cool. All right, you guys lost it. Wouldn't they be pissed at their coach? You son of a bitch! When this is over. Oh,
I was offside, Coach. Okay, I was offside.
Coach, don't argue that.
Come on.
Don't you dare! You son of a bitch! You challenge this, I will kill you. I am not doing another bag skate.
Each team,
Whoever loses the challenge should have to do the bag skate.
Yeah, the team gets on the line, and then they get ready for the suicides, and they're just like, all right, sorry, blue line back, red line back, blue line back, all the way.
Well, I mean, that would make it way faster, because the player knows if he's offsides or not, right? So the player's going to skate over the official and be like, I was offside, and he's like, okay, review's over.
But this is the thing I think, but I like, though, but as much as I like the bag skate, I do like Mark's point that it should be a penalty. If the coach, if you do a coach's challenge and it goes against you, automatic 2 minutes in the box for hey, who are the players out on the ice at the time? Okay, we're picking your best one and sticking him in the penalty box. Yeah, 2 minutes for delay a game, because then that's going to cut back. First of all, it'll cut back on a lot of these really stupid chintzy coaches challenges going on. I mean, listen, full disclosure, when they announced they were going to be doing this back in June, I thought it was a good idea. I still think it's a good idea, but coaches being coaches, they take a good idea and they fuck with it. And now that's what they're doing. They're fucking with it. And we're actually seeing good goals.
Like they're trying to push boundaries, right? I mean, that's really all this is.
But it's getting to the point of ridiculousness now.
Yes, but that's awesome.
You're
stupidity of this.
Yeah, but we're also seeing instances where good goals are getting overturned because a player had a glancing blow against the goalie's skate, which had nothing to do, no goalie interference at all. That is going to end up being that sets the stage for another for the old toe, for the old toe in the crease rule. Do we need to see another Stanley Cup final determined by that, or have that besmirched by this? No, I say no.
I still remember the year that the Capitals went to the Stanley Cup final. They beat the Bruins. I think it was in like Game 5 or Game 6, and the Bruins had a goal disallowed because the players skated through the extra 4 inches that were off to the side of the goal. And he wasn't even in front of the goal.
He had nothing to do with it.
Through it before the shot went through, and they got a goal disallowed because of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I've ranted enough. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I do find it ironic in a sport that has tried so hard in the last 10 years to speed up the game and make it higher scoring and faster and keep fans' attention and make all the fans happy with higher scoring. They institute something that slows the game down so much.
Well, and the reason why is because coaches are abusing it. It's being abused. I still think it's a good idea, but hey, I like your idea, Mark, of hey, you if you're a coach and you make a challenge and a goal, if it goes against you, 2 minute delay a game penalty. Let's see how many times that challenge happens in an overtime game, in an overtime period. Let's see how many times that happens when the game's on the line. I guarantee you that coach is going to have to make goddamn sure that he knows what he's calling, because if he doesn't, he may have just cost his team the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, in the NFL, you get a challenge wrong, you get penalized for it.
Exactly, and that's the way it should be, and I think that's what you're going to see happen. I think that's what you're going to see happen. Of course, we're going to have to wait until after this season, because the NHL, in its infinite stupidity, they can't come together with the NHLPA and come up with a common sense ruling during a Board of Governors meeting in December. Knock, knock, hello, knock, knock. This would have been the perfect time.
They got to worry about it non-expanding. So
exactly.
Maybe at the All-Star Barbecue this year.
Yeah.
I feel like this is part of the growing pains of instituting a rule like this, though.
Show me that's fine.
And that's fine. It's a good point.
Go ahead.
No, but it's a good point. But by the same token, you know now 2 months into the season, the coaches are abusing it, and it's creating unnecessary slowdowns. So grow a goddamn brain. And you got a Board of Governors meeting that just happened. You could have addressed this at the Board of Governors meeting and had the rule changed to just put in that simple rule saying if you make a coach's challenge that goes against you, it's a 2-minute penalty. And away we go. Nobody's going to have an issue with that. Nobody will have an issue with that. But, of course, now the league's got to get stupid about it. And you watch, if this costs a team the Stanley Cup, oh, man. Ugly, ugly, ugly. I hope it does. Honest God, I hope it does, unless it's my team. If it's my team that costs the Stanley Cup, I am going to burn Gary Bettman's house down.
Okay, well, that's...
You heard it here first.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
We will take that out in post, so no.
Well, okay, maybe not burn his house down, but I will not be happy.
Fair enough.
The only thing that I can say is that the puck over the glass rule. Like, everybody hated that.
Oh,
everybody
Jesus.
still
I
hates
still
that
hate
rule,
it.
right?
It's a stupid rule.
Everybody absolutely still hates it, but it's so cut and dry that when it occurs, you're like, fuck. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. Like, it's happened. You're gone.
But it's still a stupid rule.
It's a stupid rule, but people have come to the realization that they have to live with it.
Yeah, because Gary Bettman is a stubborn son of a bitch. That's why.
So, that's
but
not
it could be
change.
the only black and white rule in the rule book.
It is. It's literally the only black and white
Gary Bettman is a son of a bitch? Yes, that's a black and white rule.
Which I love the puck over the glass rule. Make it happen. Keep it there.
Sucks.
More
on
puck over the glass
toast.
rule.
Sucks on toast.
But this whole challenge thing is everybody. No one knows what it does. First of all. No one knows whether it's like rolling dice at this point, whether or not something's going to be overturned. And it's just I do agree. It's being used in the most insane and inopportune situations. But the 6-minute or whatever it was, or 10-minute whatever it was thing that went on with the Jets Caps game wasn't even a coach's challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying, that they've got to get that
right.
Yeah.
It was something that was challenged by Toronto, because I think that's part of the rule is that on goal scoring things, it automatically goes to them. In situations like that. I don't even think that was something that Barry Trotz did. He was just sitting on the bench the entire time.
Yeah.
So that was just the NHL being dumb to themselves.
Yes.
At that point.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things flawed with this. Yes, I completely agree. But the fact that the coaches are using it in really inopportune times is hilarious to me.
It won't be if it costs the Capitals a Stanley Cup. Will you find it that funny?
I've dealt with enough asshole coaches my entire life.
That was Vesatikin too.
Yeah, but he broke your heart though. So
in a big way.
Yeah.
But you say it's like rolling the dice.
It is.
A wise man once said, "Little boy blue, he needed the money." Oh!
Dice. Dice trap. I actually think that Andrew Dice Clay played goalie for the Flyers at one point too.
He probably did.
Oh, jeez. So Tim Murray, aka the lead singer of Bare Naked Ladies,
I thought it was Stone Temple Pilots. Oh, sorry, no, too soon.
That's way too soon. Crack
I don't
joke
care.
is much better than.
I don't care.
I do. I love. See, there we go. There's the guy who got kicked out of Bare Naked Ladies and now the GM of the Buffalo Sabres, Tim Murray. So he says it's media driven that the scoring is down and people are making a big deal of it. Your thoughts, Lyle?
I want what Tim Murray's having because man, that's just some amazing psychedelics he's taking.
You see those glasses? They're tremendous.
Wow. Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, But no, Tim Murray. Sorry, dude, but you're full of shit on this one. Gotta say, big time. Take a look at some stats, and you don't even need to be a fan of fancy stats to even be able to look at the stats.
I would have completely appreciated though if he would have come out and said, scoring is down. If you look at the advanced stats, that would have been
That would have been awesome. Yes, and we could have all watched Scotty's head explode. That would have been
Yeah, if we look at the advanced stats, you need like at least trigonometry 3 before you fucking realize what the hell they are. Fuck that.
A problem with advanced stats is the ones who love them. The ones who love them so much, they come out with these. They come out with these graphs that make total sense to them, and everybody else looks at them and goes, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's just like it's something to prove their worth. So I guess if it makes them feel better.
As I said, I believe advanced stats have a place in the game. I have no problem with people using them to evaluate players and teams and that sort of thing. But again, they're not the end all and be all. Hello, Alex Semin.
Yeah, exactly.
May I present Alex Semin as exhibit.
Hey, Alex Semin. Hey, Mark Spain.
From Alex Semin Motors, yeah.
I will get you into that Dodge Caravan if I need to, for Christ's sake.
He's
All
gonna have
day,
more
every
time
day.
to sell cars now.
Yes, he will.
He will. God bless him out there in Moscow, Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous. Good for him.
I raise my glass of Glenn Levitt Owner's Reserve to him. Yes.
There we go.
Very nice, Lyle.
Thank you.
That was not out in Palm. It was not out in Pebble Beach this weekend. Lyle won.
Yay!
Lyle winning is losing, actually.
Oh.
It is to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Winning is losing.
winning
Lyle
is
won,
losing.
but he lost. Okay.
Yeah, because then you have to pick first.
Don't whip these fancy stats on me now, Scotty. I know how much you love them, but you know.
Well, listen, because the equilibrium
Well, it is
of everything.
addition.
Exactly. Trust me, I'm
Addition
having a
is
hard
the
time.
most advanced stat that we have on this show.
I'm having a super hard time with that right now. And also, I will have to say, Mark's team did get a little screwed, I think, because they only played 2 games because one of their games was canceled.
Oh.
I
that's
think it was
horse
Mark's
crap.
team.
Boom,
I-
boom, boom,
It
boom.
was probably true. It was my team.
Actually, you know what? I think it was. Johnny, I really do think it was your team. I really think it was.
Well, they didn't fold in the middle of the week this time, so that's good.
He had that going for you. So
That one year
let's-
still lives in infamy.
It is
the year
infamous.
that the team folded, and then the next team that I picked got stuck in a snowstorm
and that
for 2
was
weeks.
for 3 weeks. We had
Wow.
that same thing.
Wow.
And
They didn't.
Man.
They played one game in 3 weeks because of like some massive snowstorm
it
that
was
they
the
had.
same. It was the St. John's. It was the St. John's Maple Leafs.
Oh,
yeah.
no way.
I could have sworn it was Prince Albert getting stuck in Regina.
No.
No, it
We didn't know how we were going to go on that one, did we,
Yeah,
Mark?
I just, felt that one out.
That one was a roller coaster ride. That one.
So
That's what she
yeah,
said?
Johnny. Johnny, it was your team whose game got postponed because
Yes.
of bad ice conditions. Actually, bad road
That's
conditions.
good.
Because,
He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
bad road conditions because of the fact that a couple of the players got into an accident going to the game, so they had to cancel the game for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Wow.
So there you go.
God,
So
I
this
have
week,
bad luck.
the Ontario Hockey League,
The
old, and it
Oh.
is a
I need your help.
You got to go.
Oh, here we go. She's picking first, Mark. So
I lost, so I need
Brit-
you to come help me.
He needs Brittany's help.
he does.
All right, come in.
He needs Brittany's help, I'm afraid.
It's been picking well for him. Tanking this entire season. Hi, Brittany. Welcome
Hi,
back.
Brittany.
How's the run?
What am I doing?
You're picking
yeah.
the OHL.
So what does it mean if what I pick? Does it matter?
They score goals through the week, and it determines whether Mark wins or loses, and in the end, it really doesn't matter. It's like a Linkin Park song, essentially. Any of those teams. Pick at your will.
Oh my
Because
god.
Mark would be just as good. Let's be honest.
I like the Kitchener Rangers.
Attaway. I like
There you
that.
go.
Because it's like kitchen, but not,
A kitchen range. I'm with you. I can dig that.
See?
I can dig that.
See, everyone gets it. Mark doesn't get it, but
All right.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
That was
so that-
borderline the most
I-
sexist thing that's occurred on this show in years.
I like that because
Brittany,
kitchen range is like
fighting
that.
for women rights, women's
I was
rights.
gonna say, of course you would know what a kitchen range is.
That was good, actually. That was really
That
good.
was, yeah,
Well done, Brittany. They
Mark,
like
Well done.
Mark doesn't get it and then throws it right back at him.
I
Actually,
do
that
like
was
the,
just
the
great.
capacity of their arena is 7,777 people.
Well, there you
Whoa.
It's
go.
a really precise number.
There you go.
That's the perfect capacity.
That is true.
Brittany would like to point out that I spend more time in the kitchen than she does.
Okay.
And you couldn't come up
Eating
with
Oreos.
kitchen range. And you couldn't come up with kitchen range. Shame
Microwaves
on
everything.
you, Mark.
So I'm
Microwave
just
Shame
going to throw
on
this
you.
out there, by the way. How long have we been doing the pick-em segment? And this is literally the first time that's ever been said.
It's
very
very
true.
true.
Yeah.
It's very true. That's the first time. And
That's-
Lau picked up, and I'm like,
What's
there's
their
a thing, huh?
mascot?
It's just, yeah.
What's that? Their mascots are Ranger. Obviously, it's Boo Boo and Yogi. I don't know.
It's the guy cooking.
Yeah, they stole the New York Rangers identity. I don't know the.
There you go.
All right.
Although,
it's my,
when the team starts to get hot, the mascot turns red.
exactly, and then they have to put the overhead fan on. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
No.
it's my pick,
Yep.
and I am going to go staying with the wrestling theme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay with the Saginaw Spirit Squad.
Oh.
Male cheerleaders. All right, Johnny, your turn.
I think that I am going to go with the MISSISS, no, sorry, AUGA Steelheads.
Mississauga. Nice.
Got it out.
Miss Asagua sounds like a Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego villain.
Actually, Mississauga is hanging out with in the Kitchen Rangers.
Actually, Mississauga is Algonquin for the good land.
That's true, actually.
Lyle, you're up.
Okay, well, I would go the wrestling theme, but Scotty took it this week, and some of them
There's
in here,
another one.
some of them in here are very, very obvious. So I'm going to go. This time, I'm going well off the reservation and going with an NCAA motif, and I'm picking the London Bobby Knights.
Nice.
Wow.
Excellent. Not taking the Hamilton British Bulldogs and going.
As I said, too obvious. Too
Yeah,
obvious.
Well, the obvious ones are always the best ones.
No, not always. I could have done the Sarnia Sting. I was looking at the Sarnia Sting as well, but I'm just like, too obvious.
Could have gone with the Guelph Land Storms.
I could have, but again, we've done that one, and I just figured, kind of change things up a little bit this week. I'll go with
Because
the
Brittany brought
NCAA.
something new.
She
all had
did.
to.
She brought something new to the table, and that has made me rethink the whole thing.
You could have went with the Oshra General Kirchners. That's an AWA reference, ladies and gentlemen.
The General. Actually,
back.
that's Corporal Kirshner. That would have been the Oshawa General De Beers.
That's the guy. He had
Yeah.
the diamonds.
That's right. The AWA.
AWA.
There we go.
By the way, I highly recommend the Rise and Fall of WCW documentary. Fantastic. Goes all the way back from the Georgia Championship Wrestling days, back in the old Jim Crockett Senior promotions, and how it built up, and how TBS then bought from Jim Crockett Jr. That was a good.
Did you? Where'd you see this?
Jen bought it for me. So she sent it in a gift pack, a DVD.
Was the DVD in it?
Yeah, it was. Lyle, I don't know if you heard the first part of the show, but Jen got me. I'll make this quick. Jen got me. She re-gifted a box set of Garth Brooks, 6 CDs, first 6 CDs. I'm like, all right, this is cool. And I went to rip them onto my computer to make them digital after like 6 months. And I opened up all the jewel cases, and first off, there's 1 CD missing. Second off, there's no CDs in the jewel cases. So it was quite the. She said her sister put it in travel packs, and then she has the travel packs there. I'm like, you should have just said it was a joke, because it's the worst joke ever.
That would have been great. Yeah.
I hope it's a joke too. I have to tell her that there's a CD missing as well.
Oh man, is there? Wow, I gotta see Rise and Fall of WCW.
Yep. I think it came out in 2009, maybe.
Is it on Netflix?
I got
Could be on
to.
Netflix.
I
Could be
got
on
to.
Netflix or the network or whatever.
I got to see this. Well, no, I'll have a look around the internet.
Completely legal way.
Yes,
Bill
completely
Goldberg's,
legally. Wink.
Bill Goldberg's autobiography was really good.
Yeah.
I have that.
The book itself.
I got it at Goodwill.
Nice. That's a place. That's a place where Bill Goldberg books would be.
Yeah.
That's a place most likely to have Bill Goldberg.
Most likely to have a Bill Goldberg book.
The best part about reading Bill Goldberg's autobiography is that I fell down a 3.5-hour Bill Goldberg YouTube hole.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Just watched all of some of his best matches from WCW
Here's
and
the
when he came
question.
to the WWF and everything.
What you should have done is went down to Dwayne Gilbert, Glenn Burney's own Dwayne Gilbert, and that would have been a thing. He was hardcore champion at least 15 times. Still 44th overall, and that's. I think Hardcore Holly won it 74 times. I really don't know how.
It seemed like every week Hardcore Holly won the damn thing.
It was 24/7 rules, man. I mean,
know, and it was.
Wasn't there one show that he won it 6 times?
Yeah.
It just kept switching back and forth throughout the 2-hour show.
Okay.
This would be perfect for these days when there's social media. You can go ahead and have yourselves guys on Instagram, WWE posting videos on Instagram or YouTube of championships, the Hardcore Championship changing hands. Here we go. The championship changed hands. I'm still scrolling. The championship changed hands 240 times. The most number of reigns was Raven with 27. Crash Holly was second at 22. Steven Richards at 21. Bradshaw at 18. There were 30 different holders of the belt. So, more than 30, but.
And in case anybody's wondering, the rise and fall of WCW is not on YouTube. Oh, it's there. It's a whole bunch of idiots who are reviewing it. So
that's
sucks balls. Yeah. Hey guys, I got this, and I'm gonna sit here and review the whole thing. Yeah, I'm really interested in your running commentary there, goober.
By the way, we're coming up on the 16th. On February 24th, we're coming up on the 16th anniversary of the 24/7 rule being instituted. So we can go ahead and celebrate that for.
Hey.
When is our 500th show? Did it already happen?
Probably.
That happened 2 years ago.
Most likely.
Did we just estimate?
We're probably close
500
to-
times.
All right, hold on. I'm figuring this out. Timeanddate.com. So start date was August 8th, 2011. 2011.
21.
To today, let's calculate the duration. We've only missed one show out of this. How many weeks? 747 weeks. So we're at 747. This is show 747.
Wow.
So
Nice.
we blew by 500 a while ago.
Yeah.
A
500 was
long
years
time
ago.
ago.
Well, that's not including
We're
draft
moving
shows.
in on 800.
So if we're doing draft shows, you add 11 to that. We're at what was that? 758. So yeah, 758 if we're adding draft
Show
shows.
758.
All right.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I am too. I'm just like, I think we blew by 500 a while ago.
Yeah, I remember the 500 show.
God, when was the 500?
We had guests.
Yeah, we did. That was a time when we had guests.
Yeah.
Oh well, what can you do? 5,236 days, guys. 14 years, 4 months, and a day.
Woohoo.
Well, added a day because of the leap years. So there you go. All right, well.
It's season 13.
Exactly. Season 13, edition 46th. That means if we were doing TV, this is actually season 28. Do 6-month seasons. Be good.
Wow.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. We're petering out in a big, big way. All right, Lyle, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Enjoy finding the rise and fall of WCW.
On it.
Yes.
And, we'll have a review for us next week. We'll talk to you then, buddy.
Will do. Take care, guys.
See you, Lyle. There he goes. Lyle Richardson, SpectorsHockey.net, TheHockeyNews.com, PEI, Garland Island Guardian, and TheBleacherReport.com. Johnny P, shout us out.
Yes. I have a shout out to getting Christmas gifts. I've taken care of most of the Christmas gifts that I will be getting for people, because I don't really buy Christmas gifts for that many people. So, yes, gifts taken care of. Boom. A shout out to Vance Worley. I'm sure he's going to be awesome. You know, I'll probably wear my a really good pair of glasses, you know, just to combat his. It'd be really funny if he doesn't wear glasses at all, just to pitch. But you know, that's neither here nor there.
Absolutely.
And what else? Yeah. I have a quick diss, I think, to USA Hockey right now for not coming out yet and saying that the women's national team can be part of the outdoor game that's going to be played between the CWHL and the NWHL.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I think that's still going on. So I'm sure that it will occur at some point. There are a lot of people up in arms. I am not one of them, but I just think that that's kind of shitty.
I'm not one. And it came out earlier this week.
It was a bad week for women's sports because between that game and the U.S. national women being like we can't go, and then the U.S. women's national soccer team not being able to play a game in Hawaii because the turf was absolute shite, and now having class action suits brought against the U.S. women's national team. It was not a good week for women's sports.
And Pino's out.
Yeah, ACL injury.
Woof. Not good.
There it goes.
Not good. But hey, at least the women are going to have that outdoor game regardless. And the NHL reached out to them to have that too, so that was pretty good. Also, Dunkin' Donuts is a key sponsor for them right now.
Nice.
So Dunkin' Donuts signed on as a sponsor with the NWHL. We will have more on that next week, I think, because I just plumb forgot.
It's all good.
All right.
Those are all my shout-outs.
All right, Mark.
God, my shoutouts have been
lacking a little bit. You've had a whirlwind though, so
quiet
it's understandable.
recently.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christmas shopping has started for us, and is most of the way done for us. So Christmas shopping, while fun, is I'll be excited to get these things out of my house and into the hands of the people who are getting them, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
I get it.
No. What else? I got nothing. I got nothing really. I mean, this is kind of wild. I don't know what to be shouting out this week.
This is what happens when you settle down.
Yeah. Shout out to getting our notarized versions of our marriage certificate.
Hey!
Shout out to that, so Brittany can change her name. So that's good.
What's she changing her name to?
Chalupa Batman. Baton.
Cool. I like it.
Perfect. Oh, that's good.
And even though I speaking of Chalupa Batman, even though I didn't watch like the last 6 seasons of the league, or I don't even know how long it's been going on. The league is apparently ending tomorrow. The television program. So the seasons that I did watch were fun. So shout out to them. Good for you guys.
There you go.
All right, I'm done.
Awesome. Shout out to show number, I did the math, 760. 760 in your score programs. Shout out to Raven. What about me? What about Raven for being the longest ever, the most title reigns of the Hardcore Championship. Shout out to Rob Van Dam, the last ever Hardcore Champion, then combined it with the IC title. Shout out to the warm weather we had and to a diss to the snow that we had. So, huzzah for that. That's it. That's all. I've got nothing else. It's time for us to go. We were way late. So for Johnny P. Mark of the Sea, I'm Scotty Watts. Take care of yourself and someone else. Then the Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com, which is also our Tumblr. Face Off HCKY shows where you can get us on Twitter, and FOHS Radios where you can get us on Facebook if you have not already. We'll talk to you guys in 7 days. Who knows? Our weeks might be a little bit more exciting But I don't think it can get more exciting than what's going to happen for our New Year's show. Johnny knows what's up, I hope, or else we're going to have a production meeting after the show. That's it. That's all. See you guys. Peace.